This goes so hard.
All right, let's see it. So already this video has two catastrophic failures. The first is the notion that this chart shows only maybe 2 or 3 dozen cross-references for the entire Quran. And you can go look at this 2022 book, The Quran with Cross-References, the first publication of its kind, to see that there are a few dozen cross-references just in the first couple of pages. So right off the bat, we're dealing with pure and utter nonsense. But it gets even worse, because that chart has absolutely nothing to do with the Quran. That is actually the Adam Lambert Full Circle Moments and Firsts chart. That is charting events in the life of Adam Lambert, as you can see from this close-up. So that first chart is a very famous one that comes from an individual named Chris Harrison, who, with the help of another man, put together a list of 63,799 cross-references based on the King James Version. And here's a snippet of their website where they explain their methodology. And Chris explains, cross-references are conceptual links between verses connecting locations, people, phrases, etc. found in different parts of the Bible. So nothing in here indicates that it's clear these were intended by the authors. These are links that we have created in reading the Bible. They're things that we impose on the Bible, not things that are necessarily innate to the Bible. And we can demonstrate this by looking at the example that is provided. If you clicked on that link on his website, it takes you to this photo of the first chapter of the book of Acts. And in the margins, you see a bunch of cross-references. And that little chunk of cross-references right in the middle for Acts 1:18. That's several cross-references. But if you look them up, it's not at all clear that any author was intending to refer to any of these other passages. Matthew 27, verses 3 through 10, is Matthew's contradictory account of the death of Judas. Acts and Matthew have entirely distinct accounts of Judas's death, and Matthew has altered the account to make it fit the expectation that Judas's death should fulfill Hebrew Bible prophecy. Matthew 18:7 just pronounces woes on people who bring sin into the world. Matthew 26:14 is just discussing Judas betraying Jesus. Mark 14:21 also pronounces woes on the one who would betray the Son of Man. The same is true of the others. So it's not clear that Acts 1:18 is actually intentionally referring to any of these other passages. These are connections that we have drawn by looking at the Bible and treating it as a univocal single volume of text. So the fact that we can impose 63,799 cross-references on the text is not evidence of anything at all apart from our own creativity and our own industry.
This book, 46 different authors, 66 different books, 3 different languages, 3 different continents, over the course of 1,500 years.
So these claims must presuppose the historicity and the inerrancy of the Bible. The consensus view among scholars is that the Bible is the work of over 100 authors and editors and redactors working over a period of maybe 11 to 1,200 years across 2 continents, unless you think some of the later pseudepigraphic New Testament texts were written in Alexandria, across 3 languages, and the identification of 66 books is a specific Protestant canon. So the number of books you think are in the Bible is just a question of choice, because you can look at the Eastern Orthodox or the Armenian or the Catholic or the Ethiopian Orthodox Tawahedo Church's canon to find different numbers of books. So we're presupposing a specific set of dogmas and a specific theological perspective in making these claims.
And is consistent through and through.
The notion that the Bible is consistent through and through is not supported by any data whatsoever. It is just a dogma that one must choose to accept.
That tells me that this book was written not by man, but by one Spirit, the Holy Spirit of God.
This video tells me that this content creator does not understand much at all about the Bible or where it comes from, and certainly does not think critically about either. They don't even think critically about the content that they share. They are just trying to perform conviction and assert that dogma is evidence so that an audience that already agrees with them will feel validated in that agreement.
If you agree, type amen in the comments and click follow or subscribe for more.
No, I'm good, but the fit for this video has been the death of Superman.